Hi everyone, this is your Monday motivation message, and of course today we have had the full moon in Gemini. We're in Sag season, so we've got the full moon in Gemini. If you're interested in the astrology surrounding the transits of the full moon, of course check out the astrology report I did on my Goddess of Neptune YouTube channel. You can head over to my Instagram page as well as a little preview clip. So if that's resonating for you, of course check it out. There's a lot of shadow energy around this one, okay? And illumination of potential deceptive situations or deceptive communication, whether that's from others or ourselves, okay? There's a lot that could be coming up to the surface in relation to that as part of the illumination of the full moon. We know as well that full moons are perfect for releasing. So it may be that through this period of transformation and healing, there's been aspects of deceptive situations that need to be released. So of course, perfect to work with the lunar energy for that. I'm going to now just take some cards as part of the Monday motivation message, but I do have a couple of moon decks because of it being full moon in Gemini day. So let's jump right in. Using first of all, the Moonology Oracle, the OG deck. Let's see what we have. What does the collective need to know? And remember, of course, use your discernment. It's not going to resonate for everybody. This is based on collective energy, and the collective is vast, as we know. Let's see. Messages for your highest good then. Okay. Cards are quite frantic. That one wanted to jump out. Wow, I love it. A new start is coming. Now you'll see on that, it says new moon. So we've had the full moon today. We're building up to that new moon, of course, in a couple of weeks' time. So the period from now until that new moon could be quite profound in terms of getting ourselves in order for what we want to manifest at that new moon. It'll be a new moon in Sagittarius. Of course, Sagittarius represents that expansive energy, and we are on a bit of a journey. We're on a bit of a quest, a spiritual quest, if you like. So this could be very powerful in terms of what expansive potential we're opening up for ourselves, okay? A new start is coming. And let's not forget, as we're releasing on this full moon, we are allowing that energetic space to open for the new. So that's really positive. I would say that's perfect energy of what we want to see. We're allowing that space. On the bottom, hidden energy, you are good enough. Now that is full moon energy, it's Virgo energy. So it's recognizing that we can be quite critical of ourselves and we can be quite critical of our path, especially this healing journey. It's intense, okay? It can get us down, it can get us frustrated because it's like, when is this transformation going to end? I've done enough healing, you know, it can get us really frustrated. But the truth is we're always evolving. So everything that's coming up is for our highest good. And certainly as we've gone from Scorpio season into Sagittarius season, we've had the eclipses, we've gone through numerous periods of retrogrades, of that introspection, certainly from the Pluto retrograde and Saturn, you know, in terms of the heavy lessons that we're learning, the deep transformation on soul level that we're going through. This has been a lot, and we can often be too critical of ourselves. We can be quite hard on ourselves. We need to give ourselves that reassuring hug. We need to give ourselves and show ourselves that self-love for what we've been going through. So remembering that we are good enough for the change. We are good enough for this new start that's coming. Okay. But we might not be feeling that we are. So this is why it's in the hidden energy. We need to remind ourselves of that, okay? That we have come a long way on this journey of transformation. This new start, powerful. I keep getting drawn to it. So perfect with the releasing that's been going on, even with things being illuminated, that is allowing us to recognize now, okay, that's coming up for a reason. I need to deal with this, release, carry the wisdom forward, allow that new powerful start to come in because you're good enough, you're worthy enough for it. Okay, it's believing in that. Absolutely beautiful. I've got the Queen of the Moon Oracle now. Let's see what we have. Oops. Queen of the Moon. What do we have? There's a card. Wow. Okay. So yesterday I took some cards as part of the astrology report. So again, if you check that out on YouTube, unless you've already done so already, I do take some cards at the end. It's all time stamped. Okay. So you can go straight to the card reading if you want to. And this beauty came out then, but it came out in reverse. Now, again, positive, because this new start is coming. And it's almost like now that acceptance of change that acceptance of change that wants to come in, wanting a new start. So accepting that and not pushing against it. When it came out in reverse yesterday, there was a feeling intuitively of resisting the change. It's almost like, this is too uncomfortable. You know, the stuff that's being illuminated, the stuff I need to release, this is too uncomfortable. Now this is saying I'm rooted in that, you know, because of the red. I'm grounded in what I need to change and what needs to change. I want this new start. I'm releasing what I need to, utilizing this lunar energy to support me, and I'm going to allow for that change. And on the bottom, we've got darkness in reverse. So coming out of that dark night of a soul type feeling, transition period, okay, allowing ourselves to illuminate the path forward because of what we've discovered on that journey. Okay, often we have to go through these dark nights of the soul in order to truly understand what's going on. It's deep, deep introspection, challenging, intense, okay, and you'll know that if you've been through them. Underneath that is acceptance. Okay, so again, accepting what's been coming up, accepting what has been illuminated to you, accepting what needs to be released. This is all very positive. It's allowing for that transition to actually take place out of the dark night of the soul into that period of, okay, releasing, acceptance of what's been coming up that needs to be released to allow this beautiful new start. Fabulous. There is a card, so I've started to say this before change flipped over, okay, but there is a card on the Gilded Tarot Royale deck that was jutting out a little bit on the top, okay, so this is the Gilded Tarot Royale, okay, I often refer to it as my sovereign deck, so I'm just going to see what that is. Okay, so it's the Nine of Swords, so that's almost that sort of reminder of that dark night of the soul kind of feeling of, you know, stress and anxiety and fears and doubts. Again, it's the shadow elements coming up, and swords energy, so that's air energy, and of course the full moon is happening in Gemini, which is an air sign. So very much, you know, overthinking and contemplating and worrying about things, going over and over things in the mind, can cause that stress and anxiety, of course. So that might be what we're moving away from because of that acceptance of what needs to be released. Very powerful, okay? It feels positive that we're moving away from it, but we've had to address it first, and that's why it was jutting out on the top. We've had to address it on the top of everything else. It's needed attention, okay, in that way. Now, let's see, with this beautiful unfolding path, what we have, okay, as supporting messages from the tarot. Because I was guided to go to the moon decks first. Sometimes I do that with the oracle and then the tarot, but more often than not, it's the tarot and then the oracle. So there must be a reason for that. I trust in where spirit guides me, okay? That one fell out. Okay, right, so we've got the Five of Pentacles. That is a feeling of sort of loss and sadness, you know, sorrow when it comes to perhaps having to leave something or something that's not stable, but feeling like you're losing something. We've also got the Ace of Cups in reverse. And when I see that in reverse, this is about self-love. So that's fundamental, absolutely fundamental at this time. We're looking out for ourselves, okay? And remember, Chiron is in Aries. It's about the sovereign self. And that's been our healing journey, our quest. But yeah, 10 of Wands, okay? So this is about needing to close out, as part of this releasing work, a cycle that's been burdensome, okay? It's like I'm almost at the door. I've just got a little way to go to carry these wands up. It's a heavy weight. It's a bit burdensome, but I'm almost there. This is about cycle closeouts, and one that's been quite tiring, quite arduous, okay? And that recognition through the self-love that it needs to close out is then what is allowing this new start to come in, because of the releasing in order for the new start. Yes, but it's believing that you're good enough for that change. But as I said, we saw change here. There's acceptance of that because acceptance was underneath. And there is a knowing, there's an inner knowing that change is needed. But there could be those elements of just feeling like you're losing something. And it could simply be because this new start could be a step out of the comfort zone. And what needs to be released could be that familiar false comfort blanket. And I say false comfort blanket because if it needs to end, okay, it's no longer serving us. So we need to understand that, yes, to detach from something enables that space for the new. But it could mean that we've got to kind of let go of something, and that's where the loss element can come in often within our stability. Okay, wow. Oof. This is a strong one on the bottom. Hidden energy. Okay, I'm not even going to speak those words, but that is what is on the bottom. Okay, so this is about, and it's Major Arcana, it's Capricornian energy. So there is a Saturn emphasis to that as well. However, it's on the bottom. This is about, you know, toxic cycles and connections that are not serving, that you feel bonded to or chained to. Okay, so it's not allowing you to be your free, authentic self. It's hidden energy. Okay, but underneath that is another Major Arcana, the Hermit. That's Virgo energy. So that's about, you know, the introspection and going within and lighting your path forward, finding that star within and lighting your path forward. And you see, it's like she's holding a wand there. So it's almost like she's got that kind of inspired action that she's taking, you know, he or she, of course, in this deck, it's a female, but don't get caught up in genders. It's just the card. But it's, you know, needing to untether ourselves from anything that is keeping us bound, but not serving us, because we can be in situations, you know, that we're attached to that are serving us. Excellent. But if they're not serving us, if they're giving us this energy, and if they're giving us that energy, then of course it's not serving us. But detaching from it could make us feel like that because it's been familiar. We've been caught up in it for too long. Okay, so let's have a look from the Gilded Tarot Royale at what the advice is. I mean, pure and simple, it's about releasing, you know, it's about detachment from that which isn't serving us to enable that new start, because we can't hold on to the old if we're wanting to manifest the new in. And because that's new moon energy, it feels like from this point up until that new moon in Sagittarius, that's profound. So what's the advice then, please, in relation to all of that? Okay. Wow. Okay. Right. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Spirit. What a synchronicity. I mean, I just showed you that, didn't I, on the bottom? Hidden energy. That's how I read the deck. On the bottom, look who we've got. That's a double message there. Yeah, and it's slowing things down because Knight of Swords is in reverse on the bottom. So that's what's slowing things down, okay? And what we have here is we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Well, we've got the Five of Pentacles here. So the advice is to come out of that because that's in the reverse. And to do that, we need to be aiming for our treasure, okay? And this is about, you know, that complete fulfillment on an emotional, spiritual, material level, because there's stability to this because it's Pentacles energy. So we want to feel fulfilled, but we also want to feel stable. And that's why we might be holding on to something at the moment, because we're fearful of losing that stability, but it's fake stability if it's not serving us. And we've seen that you know what card twice. So here we've got the Chariot, which is Cancerian energy, and that's in reverse. Now the Chariot is movement forward towards victory. It's card number 7, divinely guided, but it's in reverse. So there's stagnancy, okay? So there's currently no movement forward, and we saw that things are slowing down or have been slowing down because of a toxic cycle. So there needs to be that detachment in order to get to your 10 of Pentacles, okay? And that's what that new start could be, all right? Now, I think I've got time to just take one of these lovely new cards I got from the Isle of Avalon, okay? Let's see, final message, please. Let's get some Goddess Spirit energy into this reading. The full moon in Gemini, what does the collective need to know, please? Wow. We have Diana. So here we have action and focused intent. Now, what I'm very much drawn to is the fact that she's got a bow and arrow, okay? And we see that moon behind as well, but she's got a bow and arrow. That's very symbolic of Sagittarius because it's the archer. And when we think of that sort of fire action, that drive to take action, to move forward. It's very much about our intent. And I mentioned in the astrology report yesterday that our thoughts and communication need to be in line with our intention. So our divine intention, okay, not through fear or anything like that, because we're just going to manifest more of that. We don't want to create that for us in our external reality. So we want to be shooting our arrow towards that which we want, towards that which we desire, okay? And that's very powerful because we're taking action, but it's based on that focused intent of what we're trying to manifest. So again, it's got that link to the new moon, you know, because of manifestations. So in this next couple of weeks, obviously we're using the lunar energy at the moment to release what we need to understand what's been illuminated, to release further, or to certainly set intentions to release. Because remember, everybody is on their own journey and everything is divine timing, but we go at the speed of our own path, okay? And listen to your intuition, trust your intuition on all of this, if this is resonating for you. But when we're visualizing our manifestations, we've got something in mind, haven't we, of what we want to manifest in our external reality. So almost thinking like we are shooting an arrow at a target, metaphorically speaking. Sagittarius energy is very much about that, okay? It is that journey, that quest towards what we want. It's fire energy. It's also mutable energy, so there is more movement, there is more flow. So therefore, this is a perfect window of opportunity to go after what we actually want to go after, and understanding that we can do that. That's in our power to do that, but we need to, of course, accept what's being illuminated, to release what we need to release, to free up the space, okay? And if we have those intentions, that is our focused intent, okay? This has come up, I realize I need to release it, okay? And it might be something that needs to be processed to release a bit further down the line. But if you're setting the intention that you're going to do that, you're already saying to spirit, to source energy, that you know it's no longer serving you, and you're looking to manifest a way to resolve that. You want to manifest a new beginning for yourself, etc., etc. Using that as an example, because it's all about the intentions. It's understanding, okay, have you received the wisdom of these lessons? That's what Saturn is teaching us at the moment. Have you really understood what that deep transformation Pluto has been wanting from you? You know, where is all this happening in your astrology chart? Because that's going to give you an indication, you know, in terms of where this might be affecting you or influencing you if you follow astrology. But this is definitely about the next couple of weeks, that window of opportunity to set those intentions, okay, in terms of what you want to manifest, but also understanding what it is that you need to release in order to free up that space because of that powerful new start that's coming, and understanding that you're good enough, that you're worthy enough of that new change, not holding on to the old that's outdated and doesn't serve you because of that toxic energy I showed you on the bottom of both of those decks. No, that's what can make it harder to detach. But if there's an understanding of, okay, this is going to be challenging, because maybe I've been attached to it for a long time. However, it's no longer serving me and I need to release it, and I'm moving in the direction of this and I want to manifest this for my life. Setting the intentions, pointing that arrow, okay? On the bottom, we have got, so this is hidden energy, we have got Freya. So hidden energy is warrior, power, and determination. So you might not even realize the power that you have within yourself to create the reality that you desire, okay? Ultimately, the action, the focused intent, is what's going to drive you forward. But the understanding from the intuition of what needs to change is, of course, that key driver for all of this, and the acceptance and the wisdom that you're carrying forward from all of the introspection that might have been going on, and so on, okay? Diana is card number 39, so that reduces to a 12, which reduces to a 3, manifestations. Freya, 15, reduces to a 6, okay? So I think of that sort of balance and harmony and reciprocity. And you can be determined and focused to gain that for yourself through the reality you want to manifest. So it's not unfair. So it's not, where's the other one? So it's not unjust. So it's not out of balance. So it's not keeping you tethered to something that doesn't serve you or is addictive in some way because of lack of self-worth. This is about, no, I've got the power. I'm a warrior spirit within, and I can actually, you know, underneath that we've got here Fortuna. So it makes me think of past Fortuna in astrology, you know, the pot of fortune. This is about change, fortune and outlook. So yes, this change is happening. We've seen that. Fortune, we've seen that. You know what I mean? And fortune can come in many ways, okay? Don't just focus on financial fortune. This is about having a more sort of fortuitous life, a more abundant life, whether that's an abundance of joy, because we want to feel happy, we want to feel joyful, we want to experience divine love and blessings, etc. We want to receive stability, we want to receive loyalty and all of that. And we've got the power and determination to create that. We are warrior spirits, but that's hidden energy. So we might be just uncovering that because of what's going on, because we know that change is needed, because of what's been illuminated to us, and understanding that it's in our power to actually, you know, have that focused intent to drive us forward. Very, very positive. Yeah, I would say positive. I'm getting good feelings about this, okay? Even though that card came up twice, that was a confirmation from spirit, synchronicity from spirit in the hidden energy of both of those decks, okay? And that is just saying that underneath it all, there might just be something that's a bit toxic that you might be feeling sort of tethered to or bound to, that you're needing to detach from, okay? And this might be coming up and being illuminated in this full moon, okay? Take that as it resonates. And remember what I was saying before about the full moon being in Gemini. In the astrology report, I go into, again, it's on my Goddess of Neptune YouTube channel. Check that out if it's resonating for you. But there, you know, the opposition between Neptune and Lilith, it's very much shadow energy that's around this. So there might be a lot of fears, anxieties, doubts coming up to the surface for attention. But it's coming up for a reason if that's the case, because it could be revelations. It could be that communication is coming through, or you might just have some sort of illumination within your thoughts of something that could have been deceptive in the past, and it might have been illusionary. It could have caused confusion. It might have been someone else's influence. It could have been from your own fears and doubts that you've actually deceived yourself by thinking that you weren't worthy of something when actually you are. So it could be a number of things, but there's certainly shadow energy. So there is a need to be in touch with our shadow side through all of this to understand why certain fears are coming up. And if it's because of an environment or a person that is causing this energy, then that is an indication of what needs to be detached from, okay? Because this beautiful new start, okay, is available, okay? Change is certainly here, and it's absolutely within reach, you know, in terms of the new moon manifestations for those intention settings and so on, okay? So I'm sending you love and blessings. Take care. If you'd like a personalized moon scope, which is a personalized horoscope for the full moon or the new moon that's coming up, of course, I can look at that for you against your natal chart. That's going to be more specific to you because our natal charts are unique, okay? They're our soul's blueprint. So reach out to me. There is a link on my social media, okay, in the link tree. It's the first link and it's for moon scopes, and with those you get a bonus 3-card reading as well, just to provide additional messages from spirit. So it's a fantastic deal to get a personalized view of how the full moon or the next new moon might be influencing you going forward. Okay, so reach out if you would like one of those. But until the next time, take care of you and happy full moon blessings. Lots of love.